Hi everyone, welcome to CLLST. So there are some good news coming from AILET, and with we right now with we us is Anya, who is AIR rank 4 in AILET. So first of all, a big congratulations to you, Anya. And just result has been declared 1 hour back. So how's the feeling right now?
Thank you, ma'am, and hi, everyone. I mean, the feeling is like, I'm still not over it. Like, it was quite unexpected. I did not expect it. And, I did not even check my marks, like, when the answer key came out. So, it's like, whatever happens, happens. And then, yeah, it was quite unexpected. Like, I still can't get over it.
Okay, so when you're saying that you didn't even check your marks, was it because of the CLAT thing? You were a little bit disappointed, and that's why you thought, let's wait for the result.
Yeah, I mean, after CLAT, I was really anxious, really excited, for CLAT, answer key, results, everything. And like, although I got in NLS, but it was still a bit lower than my expectations. So I was like, oh, all right, let's not have expectations this time and surprise me.
Okay,
So
so
yeah.
now you have the choice of joining NLS and NLUD. So there will be a tough, time taking the decision. Okay, and how's the reaction of your parents? Like you are ready for the interview. So how's your parents
I
like?
mean, like, my family is out of town right now.
Okay,
I'm like, me and my grandmother are the only one at home,
okay,
and she sleeps early.
okay,
So, like, I called my parents, and they were congratulating me. They were quite happy. But my dad is someone who, like, he looks into the future. So it's
okay.
telling me that it will be a hard 5 years, where you'll have to, work hard. So don't get happy too early.
Okay, so I'll
He's the
come to
one.
that.
Yeah,
I'll
he's the
come.
one who keeps me quite humble. So yeah.
So tell me something about your, yourself, your background, your family background.
Yeah, so I'm from science background. Like, I took physics, chemistry, biology in 11th, 12th, and I did not really enjoy it. I was preparing for medical, but
Okay.
then sometimes you just realize that it's not for you. And I one thing I really learned from that decision of pursuing NEET was that don't ever take up anything you're not passionate about, because you won't ever be like really good at it or enjoy it. But
Exactly.
yeah, but like preparing for law, getting to know what all I've got about law, I think it's quite for me, and I'm very excited for my future, for the 5 years in law school, and beyond that. I live in Bihar. It's a town called Muzaffarpur.
I'm also from Bihar. So high five.
Hi. Yeah, and I've done pretty much of my schooling from Rajasthan and Delhi,
Okay.
in a boarding school. So yeah, and I come from a business background. Like, yeah, so yeah, like, all my whole family is into business. Actually, it was my mother who who pushed me to, like, get out of NEET if I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah,
So
exactly. If you don't
yeah,
enjoy anything, it's like a burden. And
yeah,
then you're not able to concentrate also. So it's better and I for you though it's best that on time you decided and you
yeah.
shifted.
So
Okay.
I
Sorry.
took a job like after 12th, and I prepared for CLAT and AILET for these 8 months. And I really enjoyed these 8 months. Like, I think this was the time I grew up a lot in terms of everything. So, yeah.
Yeah, basically when you start preparing for law, so your scope gets widened. And
Yeah.
specifically with respect to knowledge, you're not confined only to I mean, I'm not saying anything bad
Yeah.
about science and those who are preparing for doctors. Obviously they are doing really a great job, but then there you are confined with your within your books. But
Yeah.
when you talk about law, then your horizon gets widened. You
Yeah.
have
Really
multiple.
broadened.
Exactly. Okay, so when you are saying that from NEET you took a transition and that transition was towards law, so was there anything which actually excited you to opt for law? Because there are other options also available.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been someone, who doesn't love bookish knowledge. Like if I have to mug up something, I'm gonna be really bad at it. But if it's something that's happening in society, or something like that, I connect to it, and I have a lot of opinions. Like a lot of opinions that sometimes people find it a bit too much. So I mean, uh, I aspire to be a diplomat in the
Okay.
future. Like try to be one, but law just felt something like uh, really made for me. Like it I saw some videos, like when you're surfing through reels or YouTube, you see those videos. So I was really inspired by Justice Chandrachud, what he was doing, and he's quite viral on social media as well.
Yes.
So yeah, and
He's
like
active in every aspect, not only in courtroom but outside court also. He's very
yeah,
much vocal
like
about things.
how he is using law as a mean to better society, which
Okay.
is what I think law is made for. So yeah,
So I'll pick your one line from your statement that you cannot ratify things, but you
yeah,
love opining. So in legal profession, you don't need to ratify. Exactly, there
yeah.
are so many
That's the
laws
best
that you
thing.
must remember. You will always carry the bare acts, and that
Yeah,
is going to help you.
like
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
no, like even in this CLAT or AILET, it's a lot about your reading comprehension. Like so, I think that was what Like I was quite confident about that, because I quite believe in my comprehending abilities. I have been reading very diversified since I was like a child in middle school. So I think that helped. Yeah,
Okay, so since you are getting into NLS now, you also have an option of NLUD.
yeah.
So if I ask you about your preparation journey, so how was it? Like, was there any specific strategy which you were following? And was there any phase during your preparation where you felt like कि ये मेरे लिए काम नहीं कर रहा है, or where I need to change my strategy, or where I need to do something else? So was it something like that?
So if I have to be very honest, like when I started in around mid-April, and at that time I was quite casual about it. Like it's an easy exam. I just saw the paper. It sounds easy, but then my mentor, he opened my eyes, and the competition, everything. So one thing I did was give mocks, and not just give mocks. I would spend hours analyzing it afterwards, like where I went wrong. If this is the answer and I chose this, then why did I do this? And the intention behind the correct answer. So I'd ask myself a lot of whys. You uh, identify the traps. You identify the things you're going wrong at when you analyze. Or maybe sometimes, like when you're solving quantitative QT, you also get methods to do it more accurately, more speedy. Because honestly, when you're giving a mock or a test, you can't really apply new things, right? You can't think of shorter methods. You do what you're really accustomed to. But when you analyze, you can do that, and you can try that, practice that. Maybe the next time it's going to save you some time. So I did that. I prepared GK very vigorously, like from the do's and thing. So we had these test every day of GK of topics, and I think that helped because CLAT, I think three or four passages came from that very thing, and in AILET as well. Like out of 50 questions, I would say uh, 42 were like something I was very accustomed to, and that also helped in the passages which came, like the legal passages, the PRB, the Hindu Marriage Act, all that. I was quite accustomed to it because they were in, the current affairs. So that is there. The other thing is, sometimes you just want to give up because, it kind of frustrates you at some point. But I think the main thing is to hold on, to carry on, maybe take a 1 or 2 day break, but then just remember what you are working this hard for, that CLAT or AILET rank or that college life. So yeah.
Okay. And, sometimes it's like that I'm very well prepared. But when you get into that actual exam environment, like when you enter into the examination hall, there's some sort of anxiety which, occurs. And that is with respect to every student. It's not like that
Yeah.
one or two of them are anxious. Everybody is anxious because there is a pressure on you. And when you look at paper, sometimes, for example, if I say about CLAT, paper was bit easy, सो वहां पे भी यू गेट ओवर एक्साइटेड कि अरे ये तो बहुत ईजी है मेरे लिए. सो देर ऑल्सो यू टेन टू मेक सम मिस्टेक. सो हाउ डिड यू कीप योर सेल्फ काम ड्यूरिंग एग्जामिनेशन बोथ क्लैट एंड एलेट?
So before CLAT, I was very anxious, like to another level. Even like when I sat in that examination hall to wait for the paper, I was anxious. But then I saw the paper, and I never have this, solid plan that, okay, I'll start with this or this. I just see the paper, go through it once, and see, like which area I'm feeling is, more easier, or, the one to do first. So English was very easy, CLATs. Direct answers, you did not need to put in too much effort. So I just went in a flow. I did not think too much because there was that time constraint on my mind. And I think that helped, going in a flow and not thinking too much about anything else other than the paper and the questions. So I think maths, it took quite a bit of time because it was lengthy, a lot of calculations. So I saved it. So I think I was quite lucky in that
Okay.
because yeah. And in AILET, honestly, I was not that very anxious because I mean, I gave CLAT, whatever happened. So I just moved on, and AILET was, I was honestly expecting my marks to be around 100 or something. I did not expect what I got, like 114.25. Was a bit dicey about the logic section because it had a lot of questions of assumptions and stuff. So I was not really confident about that. But I was happy that I could finish the paper. Like, yeah.
Okay, so when you are talking about like for CLAT and AILET, everywhere you are talking about, time management and finishing the paper on time.
Yeah.
So when we, talk about time management, it's all about practice. The more and more you practice, the better you are you are in a better position. So how did, mock helped you in achieving that? Or was there any other thing which actually worked for you?
So, I mean, I had this brief thing in my mind that, okay, this is the section that I can take this much time in, or else I move on. So whenever I saw a question, like I think mocks helped me a lot in this. So whenever I saw a question that I was really unfamiliar with, or a passage I was uncomfortable with, I left it for later. And because I think if I'm uncomfortable in understanding that, I'm going to make mistakes in haste. So I left that, I moved on, and I came back when I had the time. And yeah, and I think it's about, don't get stuck over single question, because I mean, it's all right if you miss these five which were difficult, which you couldn't get, but it won't be all right if you miss the next 10 which were very easy, which a lot of people would have scored in, because you got stuck in these five difficult questions. So I think you had to choose wisely, which is why I go through the paper at the starting of it once. So I
Okay.
have a rough idea. Yeah.
Okay, so now, this is from the future aspirants' perspective. If you have to tell them one thing, like those who would be writing 2025 CLAT, or for that matter, those who would be attempting other law entrance examination in upcoming months. So, what are the advice which you would want to, give it to
So
them?
for the CLAT 2025 people, I think because they have a year, from now on, you should start reading. Reading is what helped me, because if you can't get the passages, can't understand the passages in a single, or a speedy second reading, then you will be in trouble. And for the people who have who have law entrances in the upcoming months, I'm pretty sure they're prepared enough.
Okay.
these past months. But if I have to say, I'll say focus a bit on GK, because I mean, your comprehension is what it is now. So focus a bit on analytical and GK. I think analytical helped me in ALET because I started with logic section. I know English was quite easy, but yeah, I started with logic because English, I felt that you could do a lot of those questions with a brief reading of the passage itself. So wouldn't take a lot of time. But in logic, you had to think. So I started with logic, and luckily, it had a lot of analytical questions, all those arrangement based and the syllogisms and stuff. So that gave me quite a bit of confidence. So, and then, yeah, know your plus points and know your weak points, work on your weak points. I mean, I was very afraid of the philosophical passages, like the passages which would go into philosophy. So I started reading them a lot, and I think CL had a lot of them in their mocks, the mocks that I took. So I think that helped.
Okay, so I will not go in your, future perspective or future plan, because already you have stated that you want to be a diplomat. So that is what you will be aiming after 5 years of
Yeah.
your law college. But yes, to, calm you and your parents, the 5 year journey is very smooth journey, and you will not even realize when this 5 year will get over. So tell your parents that, it is going to be one of the best 5 years of my life. And in law school, it's not about academic.
Yeah.
It's academically, everybody will come out with a degree and with a, scorecard after
Mhm.
5 years. What matters is how you are different from others. So there, other than apart from academic, the extra co-curricular activities, mooting, debating, researching, all these helps. And the environment is quite, good, and obviously you'll love it. So once you get into college, you
Yeah, I'm
yourself
like
will
really
realize.
excited for it.
Yes, you yourself
Like,
will realize that how
yeah.
good the life is. So yeah, it was a very nice interacting with you, Anya. In fact, you spoke so well and you were so calm while speaking also. So there I
Yeah,
feel that
I'm
yes.
actually feeling the jitters inside. And I think, yeah,
So I can say that yeah, you will opine on every, concept, and you have an idea about everything, and everywhere you'll have an opinion. So all the very best for your future, and enjoy your 5 years. Now enjoy first 4 5 months before you get into law school, because in
yeah,
law school obviously there will be pressure, so there you won't have this free time. So take your time, have fun, and then enjoy your law school life.
yeah.
So thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Anya, and once again a big congratulations to you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was really pleasant, like the interview, the interaction.
Oh, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye, ma'am.